Hi, I'm Alice at the Altadena Library, and I'm here to talk to you about zines. The first zine, as we know it, was published in the 1930s. It was a sci-fi fanzine called The Comet, but some people say that Thomas Paine's pamphlet Common Sense was the first zine. Zines as we know them started to gain traction in the 60s, 70s, and 80s in the punk and subculture underground. There was a big zine boom in the 1990s, and it continued on to this day. And zines have become very popular again during this time because a lot of people have been staying home due to the pandemic and have been tapping into their creative sides. Earlier this summer, I made a video for y'all about how to make a one-page zine. This is what a decorated one-page zine could look like. These are small, but the beauty of them is that you do not need any staples, and you only need one piece of paper. So you can draw whatever you want on here, and even open it up and include a centerfold of some sort. Check out that video if you want to see how to assemble one of these zines. Today, I want to share with you how to get started making my favorite size zine. These zines are made out of 8.5 by 11 printer paper folded in half, hamburger style. So what you'll need is a couple pieces of printer paper, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, a writing utensil, maybe a fine point pen or a pencil. Of course, you need a pencil sharpener and any coloring. I also like to use collage materials. I like to get old magazines and cut them up, but also people make compilation books out of fair use images. This zine that I made has fair use images, like here. But then there's also flowers that I bought online. One other optional thing that you could use to spruce up your zine is washi tape. It's super thin, decorative tape. It comes in all kinds of colors and designs. If I'm in a fix for tape, any kind of decorative tape, I also just use duct tape. First of all, you're going to want to figure out how many pages you want your zine to be. This zine that I made, aside from the cover and the back, is 6 pages. I only had to use 2 pieces of printer paper. I get my pages and I fold them hamburger style, horizontally, and then I just draw or write to my heart's content. As for writing, I like to use pen and pencil. Pencil, of course, is very fair. Far more fair than this excellent Papermate Flare pen. So sometimes, it depends on the Xerox machine, sometimes you can barely, and also on the strength of you pressing down on your paper, but sometimes you won't be able to see your pencil markings as much as you can see your pen marking. So here's what one un-Xeroxed page of my zine looks like. As you can see, I went on to Microsoft Word and I typed up stuff, and then I printed it out and pasted it on top of collage skeletons. For this page, I used washi tape, letters cut out from a magazine, some flowers that I bought online, and some images from Craphound, which I told you about earlier. One part of zine making that I really like is seeing how the Xerox machine flattens the images. For example, This kind of looks clunky because the edges are up, and you can just obviously just tell that I cut and pasted it. But this is the finished product, and it's just very smooth. Same with this page. This kind of looks like a ransom note, but this looks like a more refined ransom note. So people make zines about anything they want to. You can make a mini comic zine, you can make a music zine, you can make a politics zine, an activist zine. You can make a zine where you interview your neighbors, interview your siblings, interview your parents, interview your heroes. You could make a zine just about movie reviews or book reviews or concert reviews. The possibilities of zine making are endless. The only real rule of zine making is that it has to be independently produced or independently reproduced. If you get financial backing from a corporation or a big business, then it's no longer an independent publication. So it's no longer a zine. So if you're going to make a zine that's this size, you're going to need a stapler. I spent a really long time not using one of these because I didn't have access to one of these, but this is the best kind of stapler that you can use if you want to make a zine of the size that I just showed you. It's called a long arm stapler because it has a really long arm. Once you've photocopied and stapled your zine, you can distribute it wherever you want to. A lot of zine stores sell their zines at their favorite indie bookstores, or online through distros or distributors, or through their Etsy pages, or even Instagram pages. A lot of zine stores leave their zines on bus stops, or I've even left one of my zines, which was a critique on beauty culture, in a high fashion magazine at an airport. I really like those tactics because they are unexpected. And another great way of distributing your zine is sending it to your heroes, your family members, your friends, your pen pals, just sending it all over the world. I have a lot of faith in zine making, and I completely understand the transformative power of making zines, both individually and collectively. You can meet a lot of great zinesters, or a lot of great people who are eventually going to become zinesters through making zines. You'll find a great community when you share your work. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to read your zine someday soon. As you may know, we just started a zine collection here at the Altadena Library. We're accepting donations, so please visit our website to find the guidelines and to see if your zine would be a good fit for our collection. I'm sure it will be. Thanks.